Hi, I'm Aaron. My TikTok is Hi, I'm Aaron. My TikTok is at dog full stop ho. I'm a university lecturer specializing in sexuality and media studies, and that's why I'm so interested in BL stuff.
Yeah. And after I saw all your content that you made, and I was very interested, I started to scroll and watch all your videos. Like, oh, that would be so great if we could make an episode together because you have so much knowledge, and I'm sure that the listeners who are listening to the Raven right now will learn so many things during this episode. So thank you for being
Thank
here
you.
with me.
Thank you for having me.
Are you ready for this episode?
Not really. Yes, I am. I've been ready since 2013. I've been watching BL since 2013. So yes, I
Oh,
am.
actually, I found the theme quite interesting because actually a few months ago I started to look up for this information. Actually, I guess BLs are more and more popular, so it's a good episode, I guess, to put some terms and definition, kind of.
Have you watched any BL?
Yeah, I do watch some BLs. Yeah, it's not the first content that I usually watch, and you watch.
Almost all, I think.
Yeah,
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 almost
yeah.
all.
2013, right?
Yeah, since 2013. But I mean, BL started in the 70s in
Mm-hmm.
Japan. And then
Yeah.
they started as anime, as manga. So those are women writing for women, women artists drawing for women readers. And then it sort of evolved in Japan itself. So they actually have a lot of anime that are not accessible for international audience. So it's just for their domestic audience. And later on it spread throughout Asia. So we have a lot of those BL movies in the 90s, in the early 2000s. But those BL movies tend to be sad. It always
Yeah.
ends sadly. And
Yeah, it's true.
and then finally in 2013, Thailand has started coming out with a lot of BLs. So that's really the origin of BLs.
Yeah.
But BLs started to get popular because of four reasons. So the first reason is in the beginning, when Thailand was producing BL, it didn't reach an international audience because they only produce it for domestic audience. And so what happens is the fans started to sub the BL in English. So when the fans started to sub the BL, then the BL reached a wider audience to an international audience. So
Mhm.
that really helped BL. And the second thing is also K drama. So because people international audience like K drama, and somehow they pivot to BL, right? Like
True.
because the themes in K drama and K pop are so similar to BL themes. The style of filming is also very similar. The stories are similar. And then the third thing is COVID. Because of COVID, right, people were looking for something to watch, something new to watch. And that was when Together and Tan Type got popular. So that was the third thing. And then the fourth thing is technology. Because BL is free online, everybody can go online and just watch it. So these four things really help to increase the popularity of BL in recent years.
Mm. But actually, it's for the Korean part when you said that mainly one of the point was K dramas, and actually when you watch some Korean BLs, most of the time of on a lot of BLs, actually the actors are idol. It's very
Yes.
common. The fact that idols are playing in some BLs in Korea, for instance, here we are talking about Korea because it's the best, I guess, example for this. Maybe the fact that it is idol who play in BLs maybe helped the BL to spread easily or to get known
Yes, I agree, but I
in
also think
Korea.
it's yeah in Korea, but I also think it's the other way around also because I think they may not be doing so well in their K-pop career, so
Mm,
they go into BL,
yeah.
and when they go into BL, they reach a wider audience.
But
So it's
it's true
both.
not only for idols actually. Even in Thailand, the thing is like BL, it helped the career of some actors after filming a BL. And the thing is, right now, a lot of people think that if they like film a BL, they will immediately become popular. Sometimes we have some people just for the fame and not for promoting LGBTQ plus rights. So it's kind of a downside of it at the same time because we have seen a few scandals. I would say in Thailand, like some actors are not very LGBTQ plus friendly, but they played in a BL, so it's kind of
Yeah, I totally agree because there are a lot of in Thailand. especially, there are a lot of homophobic Thai actors, and they just want to play BL. And once they get famous, they stop playing BL completely. So they say that they don't want to take on another BL role, and then they made homophobic remarks.
And this is, I guess, one of the downsides of not really BL, but more the system around the BL industry in Thailand or BL industry in general. But I think it's more common in Thailand. Whereas, for example, in Taiwan, we rarely have this case scenario. I never heard like an actor who played in a BL being homophobic or having some problematic statements, at least as I know.
A lot of it has to do with the culture of the country. So I think one of the questions that we are to talk about is what's the difference between the different nationalities of BL, right?
Yeah.
So I think because Taiwan, you know, they allow gay marriages now. So the thinking is
2019? No,
2019, yeah, yeah. So
around.
the around there. So the thinking is more open, more accepting towards LGBTQ. And but among all these countries that produce BL, so Korea, Japan, Taiwan, and Thailand, actually Korean and Japanese culture aren't really very accepting of LGBTQ too. But somehow or another, they managed to make their BL not homophobic. So they managed to, unlike Thai BL, because in Thai BL, some parts of Thai BL are homophobic, right? So in Thai BL, they will say things like, "Oh, I'm not gay. I just like you." You know?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that because it's something that there is a few cases. One case is the character knows that he is gay, and there is no issue about that. The other case is the character is homophobic, and then during the story, he will fall in love with someone else. And another case is when he says, "Oh no, I'm not gay. It's just for you." And this is something that it causes some issues. Like I've heard a lot of people complaining about that. And I find it quite shocking because in Taiwan, we don't really have this. And in Japan either, I guess. Not very common in Japan to have these kind of scenarios. In China as well, we have like the danmei. Danmei is a genre in China. It's a type of novel. And we have Word of Honor, The Untamed, for example. It's more common in Chinese novel, this kind of thinking as well. I've read some novels, Chinese novel like danmei, and it's very common as well to say, "Oh, I'm not gay, I'm just gay with you." Kind of. This is the saying of the novel. And I find it quite problematic, actually.
One of the reasons why they say that is because of their culture. Is because they believe in Buddhism, in reincarnation. So they believe in soulmates. So when you get reincarnated and then you're forever together, and then I'm not gay. I just like you. But that can come across as very problematic also, because when you're not acknowledging something, it seems like how do you put it? When you're not acknowledging a certain thing, you're not giving status to that thing, and you're despising and discriminating that issue.
I guess it's also with politics, kind of, because in China, for example, it's not condemned, but it's not really accepted as well, kind of, at least for the government. So maybe we can see this kind of cases in countries where the politic is more firm and more strict about that. So they are saying, okay, they are together, but they are not gay. This is kind of the trick that they're using, kind of, maybe for censorship. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it has to do with what you say, politics and also culture. But what is surprising is that Korean and Japanese BL, even though their culture is sort of homophobic, but their BLs turn out to be quite open-minded. So especially Japanese BL. Have you watched Cherry Magic?
Yeah, I love this one.
Yeah, it's the best, right? And the great thing about Cherry Magic is not only the gay interaction, but because of the lady. Do you remember the lady inside?
Yeah.
So they made her into a independent woman who don't need love in her life to make her life fulfilled. So her fulfillment comes in her work, right? And Thailand just remade this BL, and in the trailer of Thailand's BL of this Cherry Magic, they made the woman fall in love with another guy. So it just seems to defeat the purpose of Cherry Magic, the Japanese Cherry Magic in the first place, right? Because the message of the Japanese Cherry Magic is that we have a feminist, strong woman.
Doesn't need love. And actually, another problem that I see that is very frequent in BL, not on all of them, but it's more like the place of the woman in the old BLs is like the woman is always like the one who will go between the lovers and has the bad behavior and is trying to steal the man and something like that. And it's kind of an old trope, but I found sometimes in new BL right now that they are still using this trope as the
Oh,
woman like trying to separate the two.
can you give
Like
example?
in, I don't know if you watched 8 Cents.
Mm.
I was quite surprised because 8 Cents is kind of revolutionary, kind of. It's a new type of I don't know if we can call it a BL actually, but we'll simplify as BL right now. I found it very surprising to have a character like the woman in the drama, like as kind of a cliche. And I was a bit disappointed in that. I wanted like more like a character who is supportive and not as just the main distractor. It's kind of an old trope, but we still find it sometimes in newer dramas.
I think this is where international audiences actually come in and can help out, because in the beginning that trope keeps coming out in Thai BL, and then I think there's international audience feedback saying that you shouldn't do that, and so Thai BL has been moving away from that trope.
A lot of tropes actually.
A lot of tropes, yes, especially sexual assault tropes. Yeah, like kissing the guy when he's drunk or when he's sleeping.
Mm,
That's bad.
yeah, but I guess it's true that, as you said previously, it's funny because BLs originated from mangas, Japan, and then it evolved. Like first it was shonen ai, and then in the 90s it was yaoi. Yaoi is more graphic, whereas shonen ai is more like relationship between boys' love, actually. And it's interesting to see how it evolved to go into the BL. But the thing is that you see that in the evolution, as you said previously, with yaoi and shonen ai, and then later with BL, it started quite with dark themes, bad ending, one of the characters has to die, or very heavy theme and toxic sometimes relationship portrayed. And you see, like since what 2019, I would say that we have more and more healthy relationship portrayed. Or at least they try to portray more healthy, less heavy relationship or themes.
Do you have a BL with toxic relationship that you like? You like that BL?
Actually, it's a real problem that I talk with someone who likes BL as well. The thing is that most of the people are very selective. Like even let's imagine we have a toxic relationship, but we don't like the actors. Oh, we will say, oh, it's toxic. But if the actors are handsome, we'll say, ah, no, it's okay. And this is a real problem actually, because sometimes people or even I maybe we can't zoom out and see the whole picture and say, oh, okay, it's toxic. But I'm not a very fan of toxic relationships. The dramas that I like are Share Magic, Old Fashioned Cupcake. So it's not very toxic actually. But I would say maybe Kim Porsche, but not the drama. The novel is quite toxic and it's very loved. But I don't like the novel. But one recent example is the novel of Kim Porsche.
What about Tan Type? Because that is the BL that started a lot of people
Yeah.
watching,
Or
and
Sotus as well.
yeah, and it's so toxic. I found the relationship so toxic, but a lot of people like it. Do you like it?
No, I don't like
No.
it. Actually, I think I've started with yeah, I think I started with the Turn Type, I guess, but I wasn't a big fan of it because, as I said, the part when the character is kind of homophobic, like has some bad behaviors and stuff, and I was like, no, I'm not very into it. And I guess people like Turn Type maybe for the two actors because they are two handsome actors, or maybe because of the chemistry, maybe.
Have you watched My Beautiful Man?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
toxic, right?
this is
It's
a
super
good example. This is okay. This is a perfect example because I didn't know about this when I was looking. The first season was a bit disturbing because he was very violent, very aggressive with
toxic.
the main lead. I had to watch it 2 times before kind of enjoying it. Kind of, it really, really, really bothered me the fact that he was kind of bullying him or being aggressive. So this is a good example because a lot of people are very conflicted with the first season actually.
I hate that I love the series. I don't know. I know that I can see that the relationship is very toxic, but I don't know why that I'm just really attracted to that series. I
Mm.
found it very good. So yeah,
Someone in my chat said, sometimes we're just colorblind to the red flags.
for sure.
Yeah, we can't be perfect. I know that sometimes we are oh, okay. This is a red flag, but I like the drama. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Yeah, My Beautiful Man is a great example, I guess. And there was another one. until the end of the world. It's almost doomsday, and the main character like meets again his ex, who cheated on him, and they get together again. But he cheated on him so many times, and he suffered because of him. And because it is the doomsday, and they have like not many days to live, they go back together, kind of.
I
I
like
didn't like
that.
this one.
That's
I
my
didn't like
favorite
this one.
BL this year. Yeah, you did like it?
No,
That's,
because I was like, he's a cheater. It was very bad on him. It's tomorrow you're gonna die. It's not an excuse.
yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, but I kind of like it. I mean, yeah, the relationship has lots of red flags, but the BL is well done because the situation keeps escalating. So when you think that it cannot get worse, it's the end of the world, right? End of the world in 10 days. It cannot get worse, right? But it gets worse, and then it gets worse, and then it gets worse. So 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 I find myself really liking it.
Entertaining.
Entertaining.
And I would like to know if you know the drama 180-degree longitude passes through us.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Do
You
you
didn't
like it?
like it because I liked it.
You liked it? Why?
I guess it's not really about the story, but it's more like it was more like new. It was a mix of a series, but at the same time a play. And I really liked like the overall aesthetic. What I liked as well was the directing style and the chemistry between two actors and the intensity of the story. It was very like when the characters were suffering, you were suffering with them. I really like raw feelings and stuff like that. But I admit that there are some parts that are a bit problematic, and a lot of people told me, yeah, the thing with the dad, it's a bit. I admit it. Yeah, I totally admit it. Yeah, it's kind of what you asked previously, actually. But I don't know why
I feel
I
that
still love the drama.
their age differences are a bit problematic. Like one
Oh.
is, the older guy can be the father.
Yeah, this is what people told me actually. Actually, age gap didn't bother that much actually for me. It was more the question: is he in love with his dad that he sees through the son, or is he in love with the son? But what I loved is more like the raw feelings and the emotion behind it was very intense. This is really what I loved. And visually it was very different from what we are used to see in Thailand. Actually, it was the first drama because we can't classify it as a BL, I
Yeah, I
guess.
don't think it's BL.
Yeah, no, it's not. And yeah, I found it very, very different, and I really loved the overall mood, kind of. But I know there are some issues, yeah.
I think one of the definitions for BL for me is that it must end happily, and 180 degrees didn't end happily. So I think that's the problem with Pinoy Philippines BL, because I think that Philippines don't understand the concept of BL. Almost all their BL ends badly. So one of them will go overseas, or one of them will, so they take like a few years
Gaya
of
sa pelikula, I don't remember the ending.
yeah, it's a sad ending.
Is it
They
an
didn't
ending?
end
I
up
don't
together
remember. It's been a
because
long time.
because he said that he needed time to adjust himself to come to
Mm.
terms with him being gay.
Oh,
So
that's interesting. BLs always end with an happy ending. Do you think we can find a counter example of that?
all the most of the
Yeah,
Filipinos
it's
BL,
true, actually.
and that's why they're not popular, I think. Because when I watch BL, I want to be comforting. I want BLs to be comforting. I want to know the ending. So when I watch Philippines BL, it seems like it always ends sadly, and I'm not comforted at all. And that's
Yeah,
why
we
I
all
think
like happy endings.
right, and I think that's why Philippines BL is not as popular as other countries.
But I guess also there is kind of a difference between movies and dramas actually. BL's movie are not that very common unless the kind of drama adaptation into a movie like Cherry Magic, Semantic Error, My Beautiful Man, are kind of a sequel. But for just original production BL movie, it's not that common. I don't have
Right.
that many examples of BL movie. It's more
Yes,
like
you're right.
four dramas, four series.
You're right. For BL movies, most of the Asian BL movies end badly.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess For me, BL is more like kind of the thing is a bit complicated right now to define BL because there's kind of a big umbrella. We use right now BL for absolutely everything because it's more like convenient to use it that way. Like if we want to keep it simple for everyone when you want to recommend something, or we just say oh BL because it's more common. But the more you watch BL, the more you realize that there is some gaps between different content and that every content featuring two same-sex couple are not necessarily BL. Like, for example, 180-degree longitude pathway through us. Some people said that I told us that the sunset about you is not a BL.
Why?
What do you think? I don't know. I
Why?
just heard that. Some people said that it's not a BL for them. Actually, I'm not a big fan of the drama I told the sunset about you, but I heard that
Why?
some people say that it's not very a BL.
No, I think it's BL.
Yeah, me too.
Let me think why it's not BL. Maybe people think it's not BL because it is very beautiful. Like every shot is very beautifully done. I think somebody said, I think Pinoy BL is not really BL, just a mirror of their society. Yeah, I mean, that's true. And that's why it always ends badly.
I haven't watched that many contents that ends badly. The only one was Your Name Engraved a Rain.
Herein.
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 This one ended sad, not very sadly, but they didn't end it together either. But once more, it's not BL. Actually, for the one who are listening to the rerun, I will leave some article that I found, like the origin of BL with the Japanese. There is like an article that explains everything. It's an article from Fujimoto Yukari, who specializes in manga cultural theory, gender, and representation. She's a professor. And I will leave all the articles that I found for the one who are interested. We can say that not all content featuring two same-sex couple are BL. So what are the other type?
Just
Yeah.
LGBTQ gay stuff and then BL. And also I think BL is very specific to Asia. I know a lot of people a lot of people call Heartstopper and Elite as BL, but I don't think those are BL at all.
I agree.
Right? Because BL should be very Asia thing. And if you apply it to Western concepts, it just doesn't work. Like because BL has specific tropes that need to happen. They need to like maybe one falls down and then the other one catches him, or they need to go to the sea. There's specific tropes that need to happen, and the Western gay shows, gay series just don't have that kind of tropes happening.
I guess it depends on how you define BL. If someone defines a BL as just a story between two men, for example, or GL is kind of the same, and that is written by women for women, it's kind of a broad definition actually. It is a definition widely used for BL. It's a content that is created by women for women. If we look for the origin of BL, we see that it's originating from Japan. So I tend to agree with you. We can't really say that Western series are BL. It's a bit weird. It's a bit off to say that it is BL. It depends on how you define BL, actually. If you're being specific or if you're being broad. It's always the same thing is that BL right now is using very broadly.
Right, and also there's this genre called queer. So this queer is not gay and is also not BL, but it's not heteronormative. It's not straight either. So yeah, the best example I can give is the Thai movie. It's one of the Thai movies where this soldier was dating one of the villager, and after dating the villager, he went to do his duty and he turned into a tiger. That's not really gay, even though he's dating somebody his same sex, but that's more queer. There really is a difference between BL, gay, and queer.
Yeah, I guess also BLs are more mainstream.
Yes, BLs are more mainstream because I think they're more commercialized.
There is like a platform, like streaming platform that is Gaga Olala. And actually, they mix kind of BLs and, for example, gay and queer series. Because at first I was about to say that Gaga Olala, it's only gay series and queer series. But I just saw that they also have like semantic error. I may be wrong, but maybe they produce gay series and queer series, but they kind of host external dramas like BLs as well, right? They don't produce BL.
I think they buy the rights from all these films and series. Gaga Ulala is just a platform like Netflix, but it gathers all the queer Asian things, queer Asian movies, queer Asian series. So anything to do with LGBTQ, they have it in Asia.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like Gaga Lola, but it's not that popular. Actually, it's less popular than other platforms. I'm on the front page of the website, and there are a lot of series I never saw before.
Yeah, but you know why? Because Gaga Ulala series are all bad. I mean, I
Yeah,
understand
the
it's a
quality
bad.
is not very.
Yeah, yes,
But you
and
know that 180 degrees is from
it's
Gaga Lola,
Ulala.
and the quality was chef's kiss. So there are some exceptions.
Yes.
So if we could define the differences between a BL and a, let's say, a gay series or a queer series, maybe I would say that gay series and queer series like depicts more realistic problematic and themes if we compare to BL maybe.
Yeah.
It's more down
Uh,
to earth.
BL is more like a fantasy.
Yeah.
So whenever a BL character comes out to the parent, so it will always end happily. The parents will always understand that the boy.
But the thing is, I'm quite glad that we have more and more good quality BL. It's getting better and better, and they are trying to get more serious as well and more down to earth, like queer and gay in gay series. Actually, they are trying to kind of get some of the aspects as well.
Yeah, so I think we can ask the question: what criteria do you think is a good BL, and what is a bad
Hmm.
BL?
But actually, I think we can this criteria can be used as well for all content, kind of. I guess we talked a bit about that, but what we define good for us or good for the LGBTQ plus community? Because it won't be the same criteria, I guess, if it is for the audience or for the people who are directly concerned about the themes.
Yeah, definition of what a good BL is, it really depends on the audience and who the audience is, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's good for LGBTQ community and so on. But to you personally, what do you think is a good BL?
I guess a good BL for me is a BL that helps the community and maybe promote for the rights. In certain countries, like we said, the only country that allow same-sex marriage is Taiwan for now, in Asia for now. And I guess a good BL is a BL that has no homophobic message in it and more like promote the LGBTQ plus rights and is supportive of the community, I guess. For me, it's the most important because when you watch a BL, it is for because you are an ally or you support the community. Because I heard that some people watch BLs, but actually are not very supportive of the community, and I really don't understand that.
Yeah. A lot of audiences watch it because I think they fantasize about the two actors. The two actors are good looking, right? Usually good looking.
Yeah. And what is for you a good BL?
I think it has to show a little bit of the country's culture, A Tale of a Thousand Stars, because it shows a bit of Thai culture, and that
Yeah, I
really
love this one.
teaches. Yeah, it's good, right? That teaches me about Thai culture, and I like it. So another thing is that I like is that it must show. BL is about fantasy, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
like it to be a little bit realistic. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, in Cherry Magic, even though they got together, but they are afraid to tell their friends that they are together at first. The first series, not the movie. In the series, they are afraid to tell their friends because Japan is a homophobic society. So they do not dare to tell their friends. That's one of the things that I like about Cherry Magic, and also for Cherry Magic, what I really like about it is that they're so detailed. If you see the calendar on the wall, the calendar actually shows the exact same date that the show is screening in Japan. So if it,
Mm.
yeah, so every week they show it every week, right? And every week, is the exact same date. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just really meticulous planning. So I really like that kind of realistic BL.
Yeah, and I guess we have two types of BL. Kind of one BL is more set in our own reality with our own problematic. As you said, all the problems around coming out and your family and stuff, your friends and stuff like that. And we have other BLs that are set in more in perfect worlds where homophobia doesn't exist. There is no problem with coming out. Which one do
And
you prefer?
somewhere
Oh.
in between. So I don't want like a utopia, but I also want some sort of fantasy, right? Because BL is about fantasy in the first place. But what I don't like about BL is when the actors keep crying and crying. Episode after episode, they'll cry and cry and cry. That I cannot stand. Yeah.
Between
So
us.
I've been watching, yeah, Until We Meet
Yeah.
Again. Do you watch that? Until We Meet Again.
Yeah, actually, I wasn't a big fan of it at first. The only thing that made me like this drama is the music. The music was
Okay.
very good, and so I have some kind of feeling, but I'm not a huge fan of it, actually. Even though I'm not a big fan of it, and the quality was a bit, yeah, not very good, but actually it was the beginning, kind of. It's more like one of the classic of Thai BLs, kind of. Even though there are some problems in it, it's kind of what started the BL popularity in Thailand.
Right.
Why is Thai BL more popular than the rest, even though BL originated from Japan?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, but actually, I guess one of the answer could be that Thailand is the first country that produced the most BL in Asia, actually, and in the world. The first producer and creator. So I guess it is more popular because there is more content out there. Before 2020 was more quantity over quality, but this time around things got a bit better and they try to put more quality in it. But I guess one of the answer might be because they are producing a lot of content, I guess. And maybe
Yeah.
because it's more explicit. Because if we compare to Japan, it depends, of course, because some in Japan are a bit more graphic, but most of them are quite shy, actually. Like Cherry Magic, Old Fashioned Cupcake. It's not as visual as it's in certain Thai BLs. Certain Thai BLs, like their branding is around graphic. So it's very
What,
different ways of saying things, and at the same time, it's maybe different audience.
why do women like to watch graphic BL?
Actually, I've read an article who said that actually women tend to prefer BLs because when it was created in the 70s, the women didn't get like a good position in society. And the fact that manga before the 70s were written by men. And then they started to write shonen ai as a way of empowerment and not seeing themselves as the female lead facing some difficulty attached to the society. But this is what I've read, and it was easier for women to kind of fantasize and live as themselves, kind of, and not being restricted by society.
What you're saying is women like graphic BL because they see themselves as one of the men.
Not necessarily graphic things, but what I've read is why women likes BL. Let
But
me
what about
see.
graphic BL? Because when you go to a BL concert, have you been to a BL concert? And when the two boys have interaction, all the women will scream.
The thing is, for the BL, they said BL eliminates the power imbalance that exists in a heterosexual relationship. But for the graphic and the more visual things, I read somewhere that actually there was some study that was made. I don't know if it's very, very conductive, but they said that the research said that when two men are together, it seems more real love than in a heterosexual relationship. And this is why women prefer two men together because it seemed more real, a real love than a love between a woman and a man.
I understand what the theory is saying. The theory is saying that when two men get together, because they have to face so many difficulties regarding their parents, regarding the society, but the theory also sounds a bit misogynistic, a bit sexist. Like, why should that love be lesser than heterosexual love? Let's go back to the question of why Thai BL is more popular than Japanese BL.
Yeah.
I think one big reason is because Japanese BLs are produced for themselves. So they are produced for their own domestic market. They don't, and so they don't disseminate it through, they don't give English subtitles. There's no English subtitles in the beginning. So even for Cherry Magic, in the beginning, it's all fan sub. The fans are giving the subtitles. And also, like, what did you eat yesterday? Do you watch that?
It's a manga, right? First, it was a
It
manga.
was the manga first, and then it was shown in Japan at night, like midnight or 1 a.m. But it became super popular in Japan itself, and for the longest time, the international audience couldn't get access to it until one of the fans subbed it.
Every time Japan is like producing a new BL, it's very hard to have access to it. Like for the movie Sharing Magic, we had to wait like 9 months before being able to watch it with English subtitles. Even not even French subtitles, English subtitles. Yeah, it's true because Thailand is exporting quite a lot of BL, like with ITE, for example. And actually, I find it quite funny with ITE because IT right now there is a ban in China for BL. It's not very because of word of honor. Actually, a lot of things happen because of word of honor, and the government just said, "Okay, let's stop it for now." So it's been quite a long time, 2 years. There were an attempt at the beginning of the year with Justice in the Dark. That was a drama adapted from a novel, a BL, and they only uploaded like 8 episodes, or they never continue uploading the episodes. China is putting a ban on BL, but IT is actually Chinese, and they don't produce BL, but they host BLs on their platform, like Kim Porsche and all the BL, like I guess Blooming, if I remember correctly, Blooming is on the IT as well. A lot of BL are on IT. Like they can't produce BL, but they host a lot of BL on the platform.
So ICE in Singapore, right? They just remove all the BL content. So we don't get the BL content, but we can watch everything else.
Someone told me that there weren't almost any Singaporean BL content or even gay content because the government wasn't allowing it, and the only one that existed was one that was kind of crowdfunded and available on YouTube, like 20 minutes or something like that. Because I was very curious why Singapore doesn't have any BL, but someone explained that it was a bit
And that BL is not really, it's not really BL. It's that BL is sort of like Pinoy BL. It's like it always ends badly or it's always bad. Yeah.
What I found quite interesting is that in Singapore there are a lot of fan meeting, like from actors like My School
Yes.
President. It's
They
very
always come to
popular.
Singapore. Yeah, they always come to Singapore because they can charge a lot in Singapore.
Yeah. Someone told me that in Singapore the prices are very expensive for the fan
Yes.
meeting. Oh,
It is the
more
most
than Thailand.
expensive. Yes.
So we could say that Thailand is more popular for the quantity and maybe the content that is more graphic.
Yes.
Yes, I guess. And because they export internationally, it's easier to have access to the content if we compare with Japan. Yeah, that's true. And even Taiwan. Taiwan is not easy to find either. Like sometimes we have to wait quite some time before having subtitles. Sometimes we discover even like new content, Taiwanese content. But it's not only for BLs actually in Taiwan. It's like for all type. That brings me to the question: is BL a genre like thriller, comedy? Because now it is used as, because if you go to Viki, if I remember correctly, there is a section like in the genre. You have comedy, romance, and you have BL, and it's used commonly. But the thing is, the more I watch BLs, the more I start to think like, no, I can't classify it as BL, but more as romance, actually. For me, it's more logical to say that, I don't know, Sherry Magic is more like a romance. It depends how you define romance. But if romance is just a theme about love, I guess with time, now we are using BL as a genre and as an umbrella for everything. With time, maybe we will use like correct terms. Unless we have like some thriller elements. In this case, it's a romance and a thriller, you know? Using BL other genre is kind of reductive.
I understand what you mean. That's
Yeah.
actually that's very amazing and generous of you to not have a BL genre. But on the other hand, I think that it's good to have a BL genre also because for me, right, I mean, I want my BL to be a fantasy and to end happily. So for me to have like a BL genre of two men ending happily, and it makes it easier for me to search that genre, you know?
Yeah. More convenient for searching.
For searching, yeah.
If you want to be more practical with the searching, with reaching out, you're right. It's better to use BL as the word, a keyword kind of. But if you want to define the genre of the content, so it's kind of hard to say if BL is a genre or if it's not.
BL is a monster. It just absorbs everything.
Yeah, and it's totally right. It's just a word that you use for pretty much everything. Even like myself, I guess I might have used BL for gay series. without realizing it. But now the more I watch, the more I see the differences. But if we have to explain to someone, I totally agree with you. If you want to introduce a beginner, you can't really go into the details at first. So you kind of have to say BL, even though it's not very accurate. It's the simplest way to talk about something, but it's true. It's very broad word. There is a drama that's called Midnight Museum. I don't know if you watch it. It's a Thai series, and actually they didn't brand themselves as BL. They said, "Oh no, we are supernatural fantasy kind of series, but inside we have some BL's element kind of." So they
Do
choose
you
the other
BL
way
actors?
around.
There are only BL actors in the show. Are there BL elements in the show?
BL elements. Actually, it's quite ambiguous because their relationship, we understand that they were together. Like they say that they were kind of brothers, but it's love. It's clearly love. So they choose to brand themselves as more supernatural, but they put in the drama like some element of a romance, more like a romance, I would say. So this is another type of theory that is kind of appearing right now. They're not branding themselves as BL, but there are some BL, not really BL, but just romance element in it. Because
Do you-
Midnight Museum is like Hotel de Luna, if you want, the Korean drama. It's kind of the same themes. I guess the point of view is different when you watch a drama knowing that it's a BL and you have some expectation on it. Whereas if you watch a drama who says, "Oh no, we are not a BL, we are supernatural, whatever," but we have some BL elements, I found that sometimes the story are more constricted, well constructed, because it is the story first and then the romance. Whereas sometimes in BL, unfortunately, it's only the romance, but the story behind it, it's not very well created. It's very basic, like it's university, high school.
Wait, you said something really interesting about the difference between branding it as BL and branding it as a genre with some BL elements. But do you think that those BL elements are just bromance? Like,
It depends how you define romance, because the definition of romance is different if you see it in China, if you see it in Korea. The basic definition is just two men with some ambiguous sometimes relationship, but it's still platonic relationship, right? But in Midnight Museum, I guess it's more than that. It's more just platonic, like best friends or platonic, very deep relationship. We can sense that there is some kind of romantic themes in it.
yeah, I think one reason why I didn't watch Midnight Museum is because it is not marketed as BL. So if it's not BL, I won't watch it.
But actually, you should, because I've watched quite some BLs, and the thing is, as I said previously, sometimes the story are not very well created, or it's not very original, kind of. And I like when we have a couple, no matter what, the same sex or not same sex, but I like the couple and at the same time a very good story. And the thing is, with Thailand, for example, it's for a long time there was always the same trope over and over and over and over. Why I like Midnight Museum is because it's not only ABL talking about their story and only their romance, but they are kind of giving some good content behind it as well, apart from the romance, with a very well documented, or at least well tailored script. So that's why I recommend you to watch maybe Midnight Museum, because there is a connection between, because it's the actor Gunn. I wasn't a
Is
big fan of him until Midnight Museum. The couple in this drama is just chef's kiss.
It seems like you're talking about something similar to Manner of Death. So the Manner of Death is just like a murder mystery. It happens that both of them are Max two are together.
So
Do
it's
you
the
watch Manner of
story
Death?
and then the romance. Actually, I'm not a big fan of Manner of Death, but another one that I really like is Triage.
Correct.
Triage. This
Yeah.
one is very good. Like we can see that they don't have that much budget. I just love it. It's very
Okay.
good, and it's the same author as Manner of Death. It's Salmon.
Oh, yeah. Trash is much better than Manner of Death. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
They don't have a lot of budget, but the storyline is so innovative that
yeah.
the BL is really good.
Yeah, the time loop over and over and over. And the angel as well. Yeah. We won't spoil anyone, don't worry. But I like to watch sometimes like other genres with good stories, with good adventure, but at the same time we have, for example, a gay couple in it, like Museum, for example. Because in BLs, unfortunately, not always. Sometimes they are, but most of the time it's almost always the same things. At least in Thailand. But I see that they are trying to get better and better. Like they try to improve in Thailand. Since Kim Porsche, we can see that the whole industry was kind of turned upside down after Kim Porsche, and everyone started to put more effort into the quality. Prior to Kim Porsche, the quality was not the best, but right now we see that they're trying to kind of put the money into the quality, visual quality at least. Not always the script, but at least the visual quality. So I recommend you, if you have some time, to check out. I mean, it depends if you like the genre of fantastic kind of immortal.
I'll watch it.
Oh, there is another drama I really liked. Is DNA Says Love You. It's a Taiwanese one.
I remember the story already.
Yeah,
I
you
watched
remember kind of
Yeah,
YouTube video that are making YouTube content and they're going together on a trip, stuff like that. Yeah. I like this one.
Yeah, I like it because there's like a transgender element to it. I thought that was very progressive of Taiwan.
Yeah, it was the first time that I saw this type of theme into a drama, at least for me. And I really like the fact that they were talking about this theme as well. The drama is not very popular, but when I have the opportunity, I try to recommend it because I found very, very interesting drama.
The other movie that's coming out on Netflix is Marry My Dead Body.
So I'm waiting for this one.
Yeah, it is so good. So like what you said is just the story first. So the story of a ghost trying to find out his killer, right? But there's some like what you say about Midnight Museum. There's some like bromance.
Bromance.
So you have to decide whether it's like bromance, whether it's BL, whether it's.
I've been waiting for this movie like for a year because I really love the actors and it seems very funny. Did you watch it already?
I watch it in the theaters in February.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I'll watch it again on Netflix.
Did you like it?
I love it. 10 upon 10.
I'm pretty sure I will love it.
Oh, another BL that I watched recently is a Japanese BL called My Love Mix Up. Have you watched it?
Kita Tsukoi, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like this one. The thing with the rubber and the name on it.
Yes.
Yeah. This one is cute. Yeah, I like this one. Yeah, there is another one, but it's more like on the comedy part. It's Absolute BL.
Oh, I love it.
This one is so funny. Oh my god! Like, it's because there are 2 seasons for now, and the main actor is. My God, it's so funny. The way he reacts. Beginning of season 2, I don't know if you watched it. On the rooftop, when he starts to scream on the streets.
Yeah. Season 1 is better though. Season 2 is like.
But the thing is, it's based on the manga, and the manga is still ongoing right now. So we have to wait. So I guess we won't have a season 3 for a while, I guess. Because season 2 was great, but wasn't as great as the season 1. I mean, in the season 2, we had some iconic moments. The moment when he winks. I don't know if you remember it. But it wasn't as good as season 1. Season 1 was just amazing. And also, I don't know if you watched it, is We Best Love.
Oh, yes, I did.
What do you think of it?
I like the side character better, the doctor, who cannot feel anything.
Yeah, it's funny. But actually, they told us that we would get a season 3 about their romance, if I remember correctly. But we never got any sequel. But we were supposed to have one about this couple, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that's one of the toxic relationships also, but I like.
Yeah, I mean, it depends because, yeah, the old like questioning around is, does he love him, or is it more like, is he just attached to him? It's all the question around the problematic around this couple. Would have been great if we had another season to kind of explore their relationship, kind of. So can we say that We Best Love is a BL?
Yes. Right?
Yes, you think? Yeah,
it is a BL. I mean, it ends happily.
Yeah, but but it could have been but gay series also have happy endings.
That is true, but for Asian movies, gay people are usually don't have happy endings.
Mm. Yeah, and there are so many BLs right now in Korea as well. Like Korea has been producing so much during the last what 3 years
Yes.
since Seventy Hero kind of To My Star.
I think it's
Blooming.
because
I
of
really like Blooming.
I think it's the popularity of the Thai BL. So they see Thai BL being so popular and they themselves want to be popular.
Yeah, and also the fact that Semantic Error had such a huge success with the platform Wata. I don't know if we can say that first, but one of the first with a good quality production and quite some length, not 8 episodes, 8 minutes episodes like we used to have in Korea. This is quite annoying. It was the first time kind of that we have some well constructed drama.
Have you watched Love Tractor?
I wasn't
You
no
wasn't
not a
blown
big
away?
I
Why?
no, I didn't like it. Actually, a lot of people talked about this one and they told me, "Oh, you have to watch it. It's amazing." And I was like, "Okay, wait, I'll watch it."
Why
And I
don't
was
you
like,
like it?
"I don't know. I didn't feel any chemistry between the character. I guess drop the
I
drama.
really love it. I
You
really,
love
really
it."
love it.
But
Yeah,
actually, I understand because a lot of people around me told me that they love Tractor actually. And roommates of Pundok 304.
that was
Did you watch
good.
this one? This
Yes,
one
that
was
was good.
funny.
It's
This
funny.
one was so funny. I love this one. And actually, at first, I wasn't very interested in the drama because the casting was not. I don't know. I didn't saw any chemistry between the two at first. This is so underrated. This drama is so underrated.
But you know, roommates of Pundak 304, they actually have a previous drama about previous BL about vampires. It was terrible.
Yeah, I heard about this one. And
I was really
another.
surprised that I like Pundak so much.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I wasn't expecting loving it that much. And another one that I really liked is The New Employee.
The new
It's a office romance from 2023, I guess. It's a relationship between a manager and his one of the worker in his team.
okay. I don't really like those BL office romance because it seems very sexual assault to me. Like there's always a scene where the boss will be,
I don't remember any problematic aspect on it.
the new employee, was it that they have like several lives back in the past
No,
lives?
no,
No, no.
they aired at the same time. The other one is the other one. Yeah, I remember. What is the name? Oh, yeah,
The
they
director
were
who buys me lunch.
right. I don't like this one. I guess I prefer maybe the webtoon if I had to choose. The director buys me dinner and the new employee aired at the same time, but I preferred the new employee was more healthy, kind of.
A boss and a bed. Do you watch that?
Yeah, I watched it. The
It's
couple
like,
was nice, but it
yeah,
was
but
a bit.
boring.
Yeah, it was. The thing is, the episodes were quite long, if I remember correctly. So most of the story was just about their life together, but nothing more. No story, like real story behind it. So great, but a bit boring, kind of. It was missing something, or maybe we should have shortened it, maybe into 8 episodes, something like that.
Yeah, so I really don't like those boss and employee kind of dynamics because it seems very sexual assault to me. Like
Yeah,
there's a
it's
difference
the
in power.
hierarchy. Mm,
Yeah.
Sherry Magic, the only exception.
I mean, share magic because they're colleagues and not like a boss
Yeah,
and
true.
employee.
They're
Yeah,
colleagues. I recommend you just to try the new employee. Maybe you will like it.
I think I've watched it. I've watched it.
Yeah, A Shoulder to Cry On.
What is it about?
It's a high school theme drama with two. One is an athlete, and
Oh,
the other one is just a regular student.
yeah. It's good. I remember it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, the thing is, Korean dramas are great, but sometimes the end is a bit too rushed. Like it's very common to Korean dramas. Like everything is great, but then the ending is a bit under the overall quality. I found a bit disappointing sometimes. Like my Shadow the Crayon was a bit disappointing, but it was very similar to the webtoon, so it's not the fault of the drama. It's more like the webtoon that was like that. And our dating Shim, it's the one office romance, but they are colleagues and they are working on the what software.
Dating sim
Yeah.
director. Okay.
This one was amazing until the ending was a bit. The chemistry between the two characters was just the intensity was very great.
Would you think that Korean BL is your favorite among all the Vietnamese, Pinoy,
This is
Thai?
hard. Actually, I guess. Oh, I really like Taiwanese one, but the thing is, I used to like Taiwanese one, but this year's Taiwan is a bit off competition because there aren't that many BL. They aren't producing any BLs these days, actually, if we were to be honest. So I would say I really like Japanese and Korean right now, but before I used to prefer Taiwan for sure, but right now there aren't that many contents. And you?
Japanese because it is not homophobic, not sexist, not not all those things, not transphobic, and not so all none of all those things. So that's why it's my favorite.
Someone said, I think Korean is good for now because it's new and fresh. It's true that Korea just entered in the competition like later than the other countries. They are the newcomers, kind of.
They do have movies previously, but the movies are all like sad endings, gay movies and not BL. So
Yeah.
they're like sad endings.
Yeah, I saw a few ones. I didn't watch them yet, but there are a few ones. Yeah. So yeah, for now I would say Japan and Korea, but Taiwan used to be my top one for a long time. Like history number 3, Trapped, the one with the mafia and the cop. I really like this one.
But they didn't end up happily, right? Because the mafia went to prison.
Yeah, it was a bit ambiguous. At first, we were supposed to have another season, but we didn't get it. No news. And unfortunately, China, I think we can wait for a long time before we have new BL or bromance, as we call in China, unfortunately.
China has a sort of a new BL that I haven't watched yet. It's called Stay With Me. Have you heard of it?
So they are producing right now BLs. It's funny because it is Yoku, and the other BL that stopped airing in late March was also Yoku, Justice in the Dark. But the thing is, in Justice in the Dark, the actors were high traffic actors, very big actors in Justice in the Dark. Whereas if you watch here, they are not very high traffic actors, so maybe this is why they aired it.
Yeah, but it's so brave of them to make BL in China when China has banned BL. Okay, I have a question to ask you. What is your number one BL bias actor?
Which country? All of
No,
them?
no, all of them. Yeah.
Maybe Park So-ham in Semantic Error.
Uh,
I like him.
Park So-ham is so handsome.
Yeah, he
Good
is.
choice. Good choice. Well done.
And you?
Atachi in Cherry Magic.
Oh yeah, true. Oh, or Kurosawa.
Kurosawa. Yeah,
Kurosawa, he is the standard. He is the perfect boyfriend. He has the perfect boyfriend material.
Yes.
He is perfect. Just a green flag.
Yes, it is. One good thing about Japanese BL is that they have older actors, and I feel like it makes me more comfortable because recently there's a Thai BL, and some of the Thai BL uses like 14, 15, 16 years olds, and I feel really uncomfortable with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Japanese try to portray more broader type of relationship, age-wise at least. This is why I like it, true. Because Cherry Magic is more in the 30s and Old Fashioned Cupcake is more in the 40s, kind of around the 40s, because one of the characters is 40 and the other one is 30.
Someone said Thai BL are always at school.
No, that's true. That's true. It's only recently that we had some office romance dramas or mafia dramas as well since Kim Porsche. But yeah, we start to get more and more adult kind of content, not adult in a graphic way, but more adult age-wise. But it's true that for a while it was engineer. Most of the time it was engineer, high school, and maybe university. But yeah, Bed Friend was a good one. I was not a big fan of Bed Friend actually. At least it depends for the reason why you watch Bed Friend. If you watch Bed Friend for the title Bed Friends, you won't like it. But if you watch it for the plot, you might be a bit disappointed. Yeah, My School President was great.
Big Friends, the actors are very good looking, both of them.
Yeah, they are, but the thing is, it's not enough. I mean, it depends why you watch Bed Friends. If you want to see like some graphic and stuff, yeah, you will be okay with it. But if you watch it for a real story, I was very disappointed. The plot.
Yeah, somebody
The
asked
plot
whether
twist.
it's legal in Thailand. I just want to point out, like, Win, the actor for Fish Upon the Sky.
Yeah.
He actually started acting in BL when he was 14. He acted in this BL called Cause You Are My Boy. That was in
Okay.
2018, and he was about 14, 15 at that point. So I find it very uncomfortable watching young people acting in BL.
But the thing is, sometimes we also have underage
Oh,
people playing in romance, like maybe underage girls playing in romance as well. So I guess it's a problem like broader than BL. But for Kim Porsche, for example, Barcode was underage, and they were very cautious about that because he was underage. So they were very, very cautious about not having anything, physical thing or stuff like that. So for Kim Porsche, they tried their best.
And that's why I like Japanese BL, because they're older.
Yeah. Just also, I will leave all your information in the description box. I will leave a link to your TikTok. Your content is very, very interesting. So I encourage everyone to go check out your TikTok because it's very, very interesting.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You can come back anytime if you want to talk about the BL.
Yes. All right. So bye bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.